Hey man, how you doing? I was chewing on your shoe but getting pretty bored, so I thought I'd write to show you how much that you're adored. I was going to use a pen to be like Beckett, Joyce or Donne till suddenly it struck me that I don't have any thumbs. So I hope it doesn't scare you that I've taught myself to type. I learned how to read through the blogs people write. Please try to forgive me if my grammar is shite, but I've no preconceptions about what's wrong or what's right. But see, I've known you a long time now, and I've analysed you closely. And this life that you've been living is a parasitic parody that feeds upon the blood of self-fulfilling tragedy where days and weeks meet months and years with vague familiarity. But never are your boundaries pushed to be the best the self can be. Just don't turn around in years from now and say that you remember me when all you've ever seen me as is lucid domesticity, and only in your darkest moments look to find the light in me. Look, I'm not trying to sound harsh. I'm just speaking my mind. I'd be everything you are if I knew how to lie. See, a world, it's my life, man. And if you asked me to die, I'd push back my ears and I'd politely comply. But I have watched and loved, watched and hated, watched and infiltrated hate with love as easily as innocence is obliterated. I have heard you screaming out the names whose overdose in pleasure brought you pain. And I have listened, as patiently as the wives of war victims pacing hospital corridors listened to the horrors that man brings upon man. It's still your brother the cat, 'cause he looks after himself, steals ham off the table and cheese off the shelf. There's no codependence, it's each to their own. If your world fell apart, he'd just lick his own hole. I just think you should know. He's been plotting your death ever since that last ill-fated trip to the vets. The looks are deceiving, he's completely insane, he's got no sense of reason and he's numbered your days. You see, sometimes I wish I could talk. Or bring you for a walk in a lead so you can see how it feels to be me. 'Cause if I could talk, I too would blame astrology or religious ideologies or clinical psychology or pharmaceutical dichotomies for all that might be wrong with me. When in reality, I'm an animal who was born and who will die, happy in the knowledge that I have lived and loved my time. So if you get this, and I hope that you do, I just wanted you to know that I'm sorry about your shoe. But don't be worrying about me. There's no need to reply. You just talk that bit louder and I'll be here by your side.